Also tonight, nearly 200 homeowners in a Fifth Ward cancer cluster will soon be getting the results of soil samples. They've been sounding the alarm for years about this, and tonight they met with the EPA. ABC 13's Shannon Ryan was there, and they weren't really happy with the outcome of this, Shannon.
No, Eric, most of the residents we spoke with certainly weren't. There was a lot of shouting. People were pretty upset. Some said they felt like this was a waste of their time. Others questioned whether their time is intentionally being wasted. A bunch of people stormed out. I actually spoke with a woman who lost her young son to cancer, and she said she was so upset by this presentation that she just had to leave.
So this is a very comprehensive investigation.
Lifelong Fifth Ward resident Joe Ballard can sum up this community meeting with just 3 words.
Same old bullshit. Same old bullshit.
This is not getting us anywhere.
His neighbor, Sandra Edwards, shares similar sentiments.
This is blue. Can I say my word? Blue.
For the past several years, thousands of soil, water, or even gas samples have been taken from Sandra and Joe's neighborhood as part of an EPA-mandated investigation into a potential link between a state-designated cancer cluster and a former railroad facility that used cancer-causing chemicals here for decades.
It's been going on since 1904. What, you think it's just disappeared? Where do you think it went to?
140 is the highest that we see in Zone 1.
The EPA and Union Pacific Railroad held a meeting with residents just a few hours before they're set to begin mailing out results, telling them whether dangerous cancer-causing chemicals were found in samples taken from their yards.
I live right next to the goddamn pit. What you need to test here for? I know it's there.
So people don't get to solve nothing when they come here. We get to hear a story.
Residents telling us they're skeptical of the testing.
Heart failure, liver failure, kidney failure.
Feeling the answer can be found.
Y'all testing a lot of the wrong areas for one thing.
Yes.
And then we don't trust the testing y'all say y'all do.
In the lived experiences of themselves and their loved ones.
I had 2 brothers that died from cancer that lived there, right there where I live at. And my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law and my niece. My neighbor that lives across the street from him is Don.
Yet 90-year-old Carlotta Garcia says her property, just blocks from the site, was never tested. She and her neighbors questioning why certain sites were selected, what will come out of the process, and if the meeting was a waste of time.
Nobody has gone to knock on my door to get soil samples. I'll just be there. I'm there all the time. But I don't know what's going to happen. Every meeting I go to, all they do is talk, talk, talk. We don't get any results. They wanted to move us to another neighborhood. But what's the use? If we have cancer, what are we going to do in another neighborhood?
All right, Shannon, we've been eagerly awaiting these results. So if they're being mailed out tomorrow, when will we get them?
Well, Eric, that's a bit tricky to answer because they're actually being mailed out in waves. So this is going to take a couple of months before everybody gets their results. We're told those results are also not being made public. Now, the reason we're given for that is something we're still looking into. Still, that raises a whole bunch of questions. I was able to ask a few of them to the head EPA official for this site.
If somebody goes to sell their home, what's legally required in terms of disclosure? Say they sell their home 6 months from now. Will the new homeowner know?
That is a very good question. I am not a real estate attorney, so I don't know that I'm in a place to comment on what is their legal obligation. I would hope that if they have information that would be beneficial to future families that would live on their property, that they would share that information with them.
Now, from working out in this neighborhood, I can tell you that there are a lot of renters here, and right now we're being told only landlords are being notified. So we asked what, if anything, is being done to ensure that tenants are being notified. The EPA says they're working with landlords, but at this point it's unclear if that's a legal obligation or an ask. Live in the Fifth Ward, Shannon Ryan, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
The residents' frustration easy to understand, Shannon. Thanks for the live report tonight.